Our vision here at Lacrosse Canada is to lead, inspire, and grow the game of lacrosse. The way we're going to do that is by honoring the game and its origins, empowering its people, and elevating its place on the national and world stage. We envision a future where lacrosse thrives in every province and territory. It's accessible, it's inclusive, and it's celebrated from grassroots to high performance. Lacrosse Canada will serve as a unifying force, strengthening relationships with Indigenous communities, fostering respect for the game's heritage, and championing the highest standards in sport development, governance, and athlete experience. Through education, collaboration, innovation, and integrity, we aim to ensure that lacrosse remains a source of pride, opportunity, and connection for generations to come. Our vision here at Lacrosse Canada is to lead, inspire, and grow the game of lacrosse. The way we're going to do that is by honoring the game and its origins, empowering its people, and elevating its place on the national and world stage. We envision a future where lacrosse thrives in every province and territory. It's accessible, it's inclusive, and it's celebrated from grassroots to high performance. Lacrosse Canada will serve as a unifying force, strengthening relationships with Indigenous communities, fostering respect for the game's heritage, and championing the highest standards in sport development, governance, and athlete experience. Through education, collaboration, innovation, and integrity, we aim to ensure that lacrosse remains a source of pride, opportunity, and connection for generations to come. Our vision
Well, when you figure out a tournament, there's always going to be one marquee matchup, a main event that everybody would love to see, and here it is. U22 female. Wrap up gold medal coverage here from the Lacrosse Canada Minor Box Nationals, Team British Columbia, Team Alberta, here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Dan Hobson here along for the call. Couple of teams that know each other, pretty much neighboring provinces, so you know that they've had some battles, and you know that when they've played in their own provinces, have probably played against each other. So they know each other. There's going to be no surprises here. Gold medal up for grabs. British Columbia. We're in 4 gold medal games here today. We're looking to sweep the podium, but that is not going to happen as Ontario won in the U15 co-ed. Alberta trying to basically make sure that BC is stuck at 2 as we are underway. 20-minute periods here and intermissions, of course. Chance for Alberta on the early go on that drive there by Paige Murphy. That's stopped by Inslee Russian. She's the starting goaltender for British Columbia. Ava Pinch will be the starting goaltender here for Team Alberta. As British Columbia look a little bit disorganized here on their first possession. Fair again. And that's an easy stop there by Pinch. A one and done and sent down. A 50-50 ball that's picked up there by Alberta. And they'll wait for some numbers. Kulich has it. Kulich, shot! Scores! Micah Kulich draws first blood for Alberta. Just a minute and 10 in, and they lead 1-0. She kind of took her time with it and had set up the play and had some room and no defenders in the area there for British Columbia. They make it 1-0. Rofny has it. Up with some speed, Lamp Blue. Gert along the wing. BC at a little bit of some changes. Beresin. Loose ball up for grabs. Shinato. The shot from outside, and it misses the mark. And just like that, Alberta, they'll start a change. Bit of a steal there by Gert as they go here to Hess. Hess goes rink wide and is successful. Charney just off the bench here. Coming up to 2.5 gone. BC once again on the drive. Charney. Shot clock at 7. There's a shot. And that missed. And British Columbia were rushing against the clock. And we call for the 30-second violation. And Alberta quickly in transition as they started up there. Fawcett opening. Toe save there by Rushton. A one and done, and Russia was going to try to impede the Alberta forechecker as Bykic. And quickly hands it off and starts a change here for British Columbia. Gert near center. As Charney will complete the change. Beresin back out. Has it. Fires a shot and will be Alberta ball. Assist to Omaka. Sage assist to Omaka out here for Team Alberta as they are on the drive once again. They're nearing the 4-minute mark here, the opening period. And Coolidge has Alberta on the board, but they're looking for more. Assist to Kuma. Assist to Omaka, sorry. Job, with the clock winding down. And BC has it as we are past the 4-minute mark. Play blown down. One of the officials dropped something on the floor, so play blown down and plays back underway with Charney on this attack. Ruby Charney has an open lane. Doesn't get the shot. Tried to get the pass back to Jaden Piper, and it will go back down. And it is a foot race. Job stopped there by Rushton. Ainsley Rushton with a big stop here to keep it 1-0 here. Past 4.5 minutes gone. Beck Beresin. A little bit of interference, slightly red, so it's going to be foul against British Columbia. Alberta with the ball, and a quick change here by British Columbia as they come up. Murphy calls up, sets it back. Jabber. Quick pass there to Finley. Finley, shot, and the glove save there made by Rushton. Sent back down, and on a foot race here is McKinnon. Jade McKinnon for British Columbia. Beck Beresin. Shot there by Rofney. From in close. Unable to connect there for British Columbia, and what would be probably their best chance so far of the game. We're near the 6-minute mark of this up-tempo game for Reagan. Reagan gets the pass and goes off for the change. Clock winding down. I don't think that they are aware of it. Assist to Omaka had it, but 30-second violation, and British Columbia with the ball again. Beck Beresin. And now with a little bit of attack, Rofney inside. Stick check there. Zoe Bishop couldn't get a shot from down low. Another 30-second violation. We've seen that a couple of times. Back-to-back 30-second violations here, so back comes Murphy and Alberta. Up by 1, looking for more as we pass the 6.5-minute mark. Period number 1. Finley. Jabber. Back out. Jabber gets a return pass, fires a shot, and a stick save there by Ainsley Rushton. They tried to go through the 5-hole, and she shut the door just in the nick of time, and Bykick turns on the bike, or the jets, whatever term you want to use for British Columbia. She hands it off and goes off for a change. A little bit of an opportunity for Celius. And a shot there that's stopped by Pinch, a one and done, and gathers it up. Long lead pass up ahead. That connects with Redwood. Redwood looking for some help. In the neighborhood is Simons. Shot that's high. Ducking out of the way was Rushton, but it goes out of play, so it will be BC ball. And here they come with Winchell. Winchell is watched there by Hannah Deck. British Columbia trying to get something going here. Shinato. And another save there by Pinch as she had to kick the pad out. Bouncing ball. Comes right up to her and she gloves it and puts it right into the scoop. And just like that, quickly back up. But they're unable to connect, but it takes a Alberta bounce. So this is Bartolome. British Columbia looking to get organized. Long lead pass up ahead here. McKinnon. Peck Beresin. And Cherney, just before she was about ready to shoot, lost the handle. Redwood again. 9 minutes gone here in the first. 1-0 Alberta. Gold medal game of the U22 female portion of the Lacrosse Canada. And if play whistled down just before the shot. And will we have our first penalty of the game? Yes, we will. It's going to be Adele Lardon that will go off. We'll go off for a slash. That's a power play, 2 minutes or less here. Adele Lardon in the box. British Columbia down a person and down a goal. British Columbia trying to make some noise here and cheer on the penalty killer, cheer for Team British Columbia. They send it down low. Here's a shot. Opportunity and a big stop there by Rushton a couple of times there for British Columbia. Alberta had 2 point-blank chances. And Ainsley Rushton, for the meantime, keeps it a 1-goal game. So we come up to the halfway point. Beck Beresin takes a little bit of a poke from Running Rabbit. Oh, a big hit as the stick got up, and driving was Shinato, and she went down as the stick got up. And Nielsen will even the odds here. She will go off for the high hit, high stick. So for 57 seconds, we're going to have 4 attackers aside. BC looking for something. Shinato gets a little bit of a push there from Ferragan. As Beck Beresin. It's a loose ball up for grabs, and it's going to be Alberta ball. And a fresh 4 for Alberta and a fresh 4 for British Columbia. One of them is Siemens, and she has it now. Siemens gives, goes. They get to Atsista Omaka, and that's lost. A big slash there. That's going to result in the advantage here for British Columbia, and they'll quickly work up with it as Winchell hits center. Has Gert as well as Beck Beresin, and she'll choose to have it for the meantime. Gert. With Bailey showing some direction. So now it is a man advantage or a woman advantage for 53 seconds here for British Columbia. The shot and the stop there by Pinch as she had it. One of the things that you can see a little bit of an added advantage is that the stick work here of Pinch really almost that allows that extra pass to get out of their zone with that long lead pass. We've seen it a couple of times. And Alberta once again, even though they're a man down, having a little bit of pressure. A shot there with the clock winding down. Murphy tried to gather it up, did she? In the meantime, yes, she did. BC bench telling the play a little bit hesitant, and players didn't know what was going on there, but no harm, no foul for the meantime. 7:54 left to go in this first period. Alberta up by 1, but down a person as that shot is stopped there by Pinch. Gathered up by Redwood, and now Redwood brings it up for Alberta. Dick Job, as well as Fawcett here. Siemens also going to join after being on the bench. Job can't handle it. Winchell gathers it up. A new 30 here for Alberta. Just outside the crease. Finley. Clock at 15. A bouncer that misses. And it's gathered up here by British Columbia. Even strength now. 6:57 remains. First period. 1-0 Alberta. On a goal by Micah Kulich. British Columbia on the outside for Celius. Shinato. A chance there, and the save made on the shot there by Ruby Charney. The lead pass, getting a piece of it was Larden there for British Columbia, but not enough, and Larden now gathers it up on a bounce there. Double team, gets rid of it before the double team comes. Up to center, here's Gert, Avery Gert. Happy to hold on. British Columbia with some fresh runners here. 6 to go. Piper. Pad save, Pinch. New 30. Oh, a couple nice moves, a shot and a shoulder save that time there by Pinch. And Pinch, once again, that long lead pass up ahead. Bates. Happy to send it in. Paige Murphy. This is Royer. Assista Umaka. Pear Murphy. Bit of a bounce shot there by Jabber. A result in a 30-second violation here for Alberta, and British Columbia now will start it. Up to center. Pass Beck Beresin. Watch there by Bartolome. Trying to shot it. Getting a little bit of a stick and gets a little bit of a help. But give it a go. A shot as Finley came in to help in the process. Or Shinato, my apologies on that one. So, and back out comes Alberta. For many years in this building, it was Dartmouth Subways that played Nova Scotia U18, and the Team Alberta right now just almost has those same sort of, Subway colors with the blue and yellow. So there's always got to be a blue and yellow playing in this building, and that's what Alberta, and then their jerseys just remind me of that. So back comes British Columbia. 4:20 left, first period. Looking for a lane. Rofney. They'll go in behind the goal. 6 to shoot. Shinato. Nothing there. 2 to shoot. Going to have to put this one down to the net. And they do on the shot there by Rofney. And Pinch once again with the pad save. There's a steal by Piper. As Beck Beresin will try to get organized for British Columbia. Ducks to the teammate Gert. Gert sets a little bit of a screen. Charney. There's a couple of sticks exchanged between Alberta and British Columbia there. Alberta, 3.5 left. Royner. Oh, set up, shot, scores! Beautifully set up. As Leela Jabber had that one, and no BC defender within sight. Top shelf where Grandma keeps the peanut butter, 2-0. As you saw, pinpoint passing. And Jebber, the beneficiary. And a late goal here to increase their lead by 2. Yep, Paige Murphy with that beautiful assist. It's just, and a shot scores from well out. Paige Murphy says, well, I got an assist on the second one. I might as well score myself as she scores from well out to make it 3-0. Two quick strikes. It was 1-0 and 2 goals and a quick. 2 quick strikes here by Alberta. Made it 3-0. 2:53 left. Spin it away. Beck Beresin. Shinato. Nothing there. Back out. Shot clock at 10. Shot and a save and a new 30 here. Here's Gert. Gert goes rink wide. Beck Beresin. Gonna fire the shot and a glove save there by Pinch towards the corner. Shinato. BC with a second and third chance opportunity. Will they get a fourth? That gets over the stick there of Payne as she was trying to knock it down. Advantage Alberta, penalty coming up, so it's a delayed penalty, so the extra attacker's out for Alberta. Penalty coming up to British Columbia. Murphy, who's got one. Royer. Lots of pressure. It's down low. Job was looking for it there for Alberta as play is stopped, and the two officials will get together. They both had their hand up in the air, and cross-checking the call there against Forselius. So off the restart here, it's Coolant who got the first goal for Alberta. 100 seconds left to go in the opening period as that goes and hits the netting, and it's out of play. So British Columbia has a chance to clear and get a little bit of a reprieve and maybe start an attack and try to get something here before the intermission. Down by 3. Roffney. And the stop there by Pinch. 1 and done for British Columbia. Minute and 30 left in the penalty here to Forselius. Thinking about it, there was Finley to pull the trigger there for Alberta, and it's scooped up. Lamplou going the other way. Lamplou. Royer cuts down that run towards the net. 50 seconds left. Beck Beresin. Gert gonna come in off the bench, probably gonna get the pass. 39 seconds left to be precise. Beck Beresin scores! Pretty much put the defense to sleep. Waited and waited and waited, and then the support came, and then she had the room to fire the shot. And got all of it. And that got by Pinch, and that's a big one here for British Columbia. Now a 2-goal margin, 3-1. His head just pretty much, just hesitated and then saw the open lane and then fired the shot. And that's a big one for British Columbia.
Goal scored by number 44, Macy Black-Rosal. Assisted by number 15, Avery Jones.
And Royer here with under 10 seconds to go. 6 to shoot for Alberta. They're going to have to put a shot up soon. 5. And they get it from down low, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. Actually, going to be Alberta ball. But they got 1 second, so there's not much really they can do with it. Alberta, that is, on the... So that's how that first period comes to an end. But for British Columbia, when they needed to maybe have something to have a little bit of momentum or something to talk about, or something positive, scoring that late in the period, that will help them, trailing by 2. So it's 3-1 after the opening 20. So we're going to step aside here, and we'll be back with period number 2 action. Alberta leading 3-1. This is the 2025 Lacrosse Canada Minor Box Nationals on Maritime Athletic Profiles.
at Lacrosse Canada is to lead, inspire, and grow the game of lacrosse. The way we're going to do that is by honoring the game and its origins, empowering its people, and elevating its place on the national and world stage. We envision a future where lacrosse thrives in every province and territory. It's accessible, it's inclusive, and it's celebrated from grassroots to high performance. Lacrosse Canada will serve as a unifying force, strengthening relationships with Indigenous communities, fostering respect for the game's heritage, and championing the highest standards in sport development, governance, and athlete experience. Through education, collaboration, innovation, and integrity, we aim to ensure that lacrosse remains a source of pride, opportunity, and connection for generations to come. Our vision here at Lacrosse Canada is to lead, inspire, and grow the game of lacrosse. The way we're going to do that is by honoring the game and its origins, empowering its people, and elevating its place on the national and world stage. We envision a future where lacrosse thrives in every province and territory. It's accessible, it's inclusive, and it's celebrated from grassroots to high performance. Lacrosse Canada will serve as a unifying force, strengthening relationships with Indigenous communities, fostering respect for the game's heritage, and championing the highest standards in sport development, governance, and athlete experience. Through education, collaboration, innovation, and integrity, we aim to ensure that lacrosse remains a source of pride, opportunity, and connection for generations to come. Our vision here at Lacrosse Canada is to lead, inspire, and grow the game of lacrosse. The way we're going to do that is by honoring the game and its origins, empowering its people, and elevating its place on the national and world stage. We envision a future where lacrosse thrives in every province and territory.
Coolidge, Murphy, and Jabber for Alberta. Beck Beressid for British Columbia. 3-1 after the opening 20 minutes of play at the gold medal game for the U22 females at the Lacrosse Canada Lacrosse Nationals here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Dan Hobson, delighted to have the call. First time calling lacrosse, so I hope that you are enjoying today's action wherever you're watching. And a special hello to our friends out in Western Canada. It's an all Western Canada final, Alberta, British Columbia. Some of the British Columbia fans have been up since about 4:30 watching our coverage here today, so we say hello and we appreciate you tuning in from out west, and we hope that the weather's beautiful out there. And we hope that, as I said, once again, you're enjoying the coverage here at Maritime Athletic Profiles. British Columbia with that late goal, so they've got a little bit of momentum, but the clock's not on their side. 2 to shoot, and it's picked off by Alberta. Coolidge, who has the goal shot, scores! Quick strike. Kaylee Simons. Makes it 4-1, just like that. So it was a quick strike for Alberta in the first period, a quick strike here in the second. Kulich under 2 minutes. This one was under a minute. It's 4-1. And they're back looking for more. Royer. Back out. Finley. Hands it off. Royer again. 13 to shoot.
Scored by number 5, Haley Simmons. Assisted by number 17, Mika Killinen.
So British Columbia now looking here, trying to get something positive there. 2 early goals, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. And Lynch coming in and introducing herself to the British Columbia forward, which was Lardon. They exchanged pleasantries. You talk about being in the kitchen, that's the definition right there. Murphy, who's got a goal in this one? Shot fired as the clock was winding down, but it's off the mark, so 30-second violation and a shift change here for Alberta along with British Columbia. Bykick trying to run away. She'll go rink wide. Charney. Charney tried to set up, but a player went for the crease there, which was Gert on the run for British Columbia, so Alberta will come up with it. And getting on her horse is Bartolome. Cross center, trying to spin away there from Roffney, and does for the meantime. Bartolome sends it down low and behind the goal. Clock not going here for in the buildings. We'll see how long that goes. It's a shot that's fired, and the stop and picked up there by Ainsley Rushton. So unscathed right now is British Columbia on that possession for Alberta. It was in the building. The shot clock wasn't going, was stuck at 30. 4-1 as they come up to 3 minutes gone. British Columbia once again. Gert. Shot clock at 5, and getting the shot there was Beck Beresin, who's got the lone goal for British Columbia. And Pinch with the stop again. Alberta looks to get something to go. Fawcett goes rink wide. Over Jabber, she's got a goal. Paige Murphy, nothing there. Picked off there, getting in the way of that one with Sinal. And boy, we have a collision there with bodies, and Sinal took the worst of that one there for BC, but she gets up on her own, and that will start a change and also a penalty coming up as Jabber goes off. Going to go for the hold, so BC here, can they capitalize? Trailing by 3. Beck Beresin has it. They send it down low, gets a return pass, fires the shot, and the stop made there by Pinch. Quickly up. Kennedy Payne. Payne finding a lane to the outside, gets a little bit of a stick up and goes down on the play on a nice check there by Roffney, the team captain. And she gathers up the garbage here for British Columbia. And we'll start this possession. Gets up center. Bishop comes off the bench for British Columbia. There's Gert again. Zoe Bishop. Gert. Does she have a shooting lane? Yes, she does. And that's stopped by Ava Pinch. Gert. Lane closed quickly. Bert Beresin. Pass too difficult there for Charney to handle. Bouncing ball up for grabs, picked up by Kulich. who got the scoring going here for Alberta, just scoops it right up off the ground. 1-on-2, waiting for some support. Finally comes in the hand of Royer. She hands it off to Royer and goes off for the change. There was Micah Coolidge. Just past 5 minutes gone. Second period. Gold medal game. U22 female Lacrosse Canada Minor Box Nationals. Royer. 9 to shoot. Royer! And a big stop there by Rushton. And quickly up is Lawrence. Looking for some support. That almost was disastrous. Had 2 players go for it at the same time. Meantime, the penalties expired, so we're even strength. Coming up to 6 minutes gone. A shot that doesn't get through. It's deflected. So they're going to have to hurry and get a shot off. And that's stopped there by Pench. More like it was the clock that maybe forced that issue there for British Columbia, as they had 3 to shoot, and they were definitely not in a good scoring opportunity, but the clock winding down, so they fired it, and Pench made that easy stop. And Alberta on the drive once again. Simons in behind the net as the shot clock winding down. They had 1 to shoot and got it off in time. And British Columbia 2-on-2. But the pass too difficult here for Lamplugh. Cherney puts on the brakes. Bit of a stutter step. Cherney now driving. Cherney with a good drive and got the shot off. Good individual effort by her. For Celius. Nothing there. Ball on the floor of the Zatzman Sportsplex. And it's finally picked up by Coolidge for Team Alberta. Hannah Dick. So back comes Alberta here. Beck Beresin, Charney. Royer giving her the business. The shot was winding as the clock was winding down. And it will be Alberta ball with 11:51 left as we're nearing the halfway point of period number 2. Assist to Omakaw. And a shot comes right back to her. Simons, who's already got one, and fresh clock here for Alberta. Pass a little bit too hard to handle there for assist La Omakaw. Gathered up with some speed here is Schmidt. Schmidt brings it up past center. Oh, her pass was telegraphed and Coolidge picked it off. Tried to hit Fawcett on the run. Going down was Jabber, quickly back up here for Alberta. As Russia was trying to get a little bit of separation for her British Columbia teammate, Gert. Piper comes over, sets a little bit of a screen. Charney. Beck Beresin, who's the lone marker for British Columbia. 9 to shoot. Nothing there. Back out. 6 to shoot. Gert going to have to hurry. Back out. Piper Shot clock at 1. Gets the shot off just in time. The pad save there by Ava Pench. Pass a little bit too high there for Dick, and it's gathered on the bounce there by McKinnon. Pass a little bit difficult there for Jaden Piper. Piper waiting for some help. Rofney. Shinato. Rofney just outside. Nothing there. We'll go back out. Gert. Gert fires. Misses. And bounces, and Shinato just tried to swat it away. It's a shot clock violation, so they're going to have a little bit of a break, a water break here, as we're at the halfway point of second period. 9 minutes and 34 seconds left to go. So that's why we have a stoppage in play. Just it's been a little bit humid all week here at the championships. We had a heat wave that took effect pretty much Monday, and it was lasting all the way through till yesterday. There was heat warnings throughout the province of Nova Scotia. They weren't really here in HRM, but those were like lifted, but still very hot in this building. As play is back underway after the water break. Water break, or even maybe you can classify it as a media timeout. Sometimes referred to as that. Fawcett with 6 to shoot. Fawcett, open lane there, did get the shot, and it's amazing that she was behind her own goal when she gathered up that ball, and then still had a wide open path towards the net. Scooped up there by Rushton. Rushton going to come out and introduce herself to Paige Murphy. Not that they need any introductions. I said Alberta, British Columbia, probably these guys know each other very well through some league play, so no strangers, of course. 3 to shoot for British Columbia. Nothing that time, and another big stop there as Lynch gathers it up. One of the things that British Columbia sort of has maybe put a little bit of a, made Alberta's breakout a little different is they're not really allowing Pinch to get that long lead pass, that outstretched pass, because we've seen that early in the game, but haven't seen that a lot from Pinch lately, but it's whatever the plan is for Alberta. It's working right now. 4-1. And they're on the attack again. And the shot scores. Kaylee Simons with her second. 5-1. "12 minutes and 4 seconds, the time of that one. Simons, her second. Second of the game, second of the period for her. Rofney for British Columbia. Spins it out. And it's up. Gert will go rink wide. They got 9 to shoot. Piper. Shinato. A little bit of size advantage and had to do like a little blind shot, but got it away. But just a one and done, and back comes Alberta. Less than 10 to shoot here for Alberta. A little bit of pressure there. Murphy gonna have to fire it and does. And this time it's caught in the equipment of Ainsley Rushton. 6:44 left to go in the second period. 5-1, Alberta leading. Oh, the pass was a little bit too high for Celia. She was driving towards the net. Some of the offense not going as well as they would like here for British Columbia. In the meantime, Royer going end to end and a bouncer that goes out of play. A little bit of obstruction there called against British Columbia, so it's Alberta ball going against goaltender Rushton. So 5-1, under 6 to go. And we got a slashing goal. Was following the play. I'm not sure if it happened right underneath us, but Kulich is going to go off here for Alberta for the slash. And just like penalties that happen when you're in the offensive zone, this will drive coaches and teams crazy because now the ball will go back down into the Alberta zone. They'll start with it at center, but drive coaches crazy. It wasn't really giving up a scoring chance, but a slashing penalty nonetheless from British Columbia on the woman advantage. British Columbia is going to have to put the shot up. And it didn't hit the net, and so it's a 30-second violation. And like that, Alberta quickly changes the troops as Payne brings it up. Payne, no angle there. Ruffney with a little bit of a glove to the face as she's going by. Royer, 5 to go, second period. 5-1 there for Alberta. The U22 gold. Paige Murphy. That's British Columbia that will bring it back. Ruffney. Bresson. No pressure there. Then gets the return. Trying to send it down low. There's 40 seconds left in the penalty. There's a stop made. Actually just hit pad, so that's why the shot clock's still going. So BC's going to have to put a shot up, and 30-second violation, so it is going to be running rabbit that will bring it back up for Alberta. Start it up, goes rink wide there on a bounce. Gets by Job and will go back down. So the first back there is Lawrence there for British Columbia. So now Beck Bresson. Gert. Shinato fresh off the bench here for British Columbia. 15 of the 30 down. Pinpoint passing there, and they tried to get the shot there from sharp angle. There was Beck Bresson as she snuck in. And now 30 seconds. Shot clock violation back-to-back for British Columbia. Under 3.5 left. Shot scores easily. Sage Assista Omaka. (6-1). Back-to-back 30-second shot clock violation for British Columbia. And Alberta capitalizes it now as a 5-goal lead. 4-goal leads in lacrosse, not safe. 5, we'll see. Well, to switch things up, Rushton is going to come out of the net there, so it's going to be Marin McCowan in the pipes. British Columbia looking for a spark of some sort. 3:23 left to go. Marin McCowan in, Ainsley Rushton out. None of the goals can be blamed for Ainsley Rushton. It was just a matter of they're just trying to get a spark from this team. White Ferragan was having a hard time there just outside the scorekeeper's area. Gets a stick up there and exchanges with Lardon as she'll go off for a change. Cooler heads prevail. Under 3 to go, 6-1. Beck Beresin, back out, Gert. Seems like that's a broken record for me, but that's the case in point. Gert, 11 to shoot, nothing. Piper gets a little bit of room. Beck Beresin, makes a nice move. There's a shot and a stick save there by Pinch. A new 30, and they've gathered it up again. Charney. Piper, anything here, a positive, late stages. British Columbia got a goal late stages of the first period. Almost opportunity there, and I'm not sure if Pinch was going to be ready for that. Here's Paige Murphy. With a soft toss to Job. Job. Simons fires that shot. Jabber. Gonna have to hurry. And making sure, and that's not an easy one, especially for McCowan. You have to look at it, probably hasn't. That's her first test. Didn't take a lot of the shots there, of course, when they did the warm-ups, because she was going to be the backup in here and get that little test. Minute and 23 left, and Alberta ball. So if there's any good news here, Alberta can go 2 for 1 on this possession. Finley. 16 on the 30 to shoot. Now coming up to a minute to go. Paige Murphy steals that like taking candy away from a candy-hating baby. There's a shot that McCowan gets a piece of and towards the corner. Paige Murphy. And another big stop there by McCowan. As I said, that's big and that is huge. 2-on-1 the other way. Lawrence. And a stop there by Pinch. What a big one that is. People will probably say, well, it's a 5-goal lead for Alberta, but. And it's going to be a crease violation. A little bit of a jab there by Pinch. The officials quickly in here to snuff anything out. And Roffney, who leaves her glove, but it looks like she's been sort of battling like a wrist injury, has that wrist heavily taped, but it's exposed by the glove that was in behind the goal. So she's going to go off. This will carry over into the third period. 23.7 seconds left. Down by 5 and down a person. The story doesn't get any better here for British Columbia. 18 seconds left. Period number 2. They're going to count that one. Sage Atsista Omaka with her second. They're up by a 6-pack, 7-1, 14.1 ticks to the intermission. Well, that didn't take too long at all. Now Lardon's going in. I'm not sure why. Temper starting to get the best of British Columbia. So as soon as they score, power play, 7-1. Adele Larden gets one. I think it might have been maybe unsportsmanlike. I didn't see. We'll get verification here in just a couple seconds when they make the PA announcement. So 6 seconds left. Alberta's Payne will bring it up. Will they get a shot here before the end? Simons with a shot from the British Columbia player before she could get the shot as the horn goes to end period number 2. And it's been all Alberta, up by 6. So we're going to step aside for 10 minutes, and we'll be back for the final 20 minutes here from the Zatzman Sportsplex. You're watching Lacrosse Canada Minor Box Nationals on Maritime Athletic Profiles.
It's accessible, it's inclusive, and it's celebrated from grassroots to high performance. Lacrosse Canada will serve as a unifying force, strengthening relationships with Indigenous communities, fostering respect for the game's heritage, and championing the highest standards in sport development, governance, and athlete experience. Through education, collaboration.
Third period just set to get underway. Alberta with a commanding 7-1 lead, and they'll be on the PP here to start. As Larden has got 1:46 left in her penalty. So it's been like back-to-back. There was BC giving up a power play goal, and then Larden immediately got a penalty afterwards, which I would have to assume would be for maybe unsportsmanlike. There hasn't been an announcement, but anyway, they're down one person and down by 6 as third period is underway. And just like that, Alberta makes a quick change as Hannah Dick jumps back on, and Job as well for Team Alberta. Shot hits a body and goes well into the ceiling of the Zatzman Sportsplex. So British Columbia, Schmidt will bring it out. Double team, pass picked off. Murphy. And the save there as Dick was right down low. Almost a costly turnover. Rofny trying to get a little bit of separation for her teammate. In the meantime, Beck Beresin has difficulty. Royer scores! The power play has been powerful here for Alberta, and it's 8-1. And once again, Alberta here on the attack, leading by 7. And for British Columbia, it's like, what do we got to do? Because we've already changed the goaltender, so we can't do that as a plan anymore. There's a stop made there by McCowan. And quickly up. Lamplugh in the meantime, a penalty coming up here to assist Omaka. Took down the British Columbia player. Going to be a roughing. That's the thing with Alberta. They've been striking early. Early in the first period, early in the second, and so far early in the third. And now, British Columbia. They've already got one, looking to try to climb this big hill. But they have the woman advantage. Bishop. 23 to shoot. Beck Beresin. And the stop made there by Pinch. Scooped up there by Ferragan. Ferragan just goes by and just knocks down Lawrence. In the process, Lawrence quickly gets back up, gives her a little bit of shove, but manages to gain possession. In the meantime, they'll start a little bit of a change. Murphy will jump on. Schmidt sort of closed the door just in time. Minute 3 left and play blown down. And it looks like this will even things up as Schmidt's going to go to the box, so we'll have even strength for 63 seconds. So I said 4 attackers aside here for both teams. Coming up to 3 minutes gone here in this third period as McCowan makes the stop. Not quite originally known where it was. They're coming up to 3.5 gone. Charney. Beck Beresin. Scooped up there by Forselius. And they were running low on the shot clock, so it's that 30-second violation again. And Fawcett has it or pardon me, Jabber now has it. Scoops it up. Pinpoint correct passing here by Alberta. Boy, you can tell that they worked on this a lot. Scores! Second one there for Kulich for Alberta, and it's 9-1. 3:55 the time of that one. Or 16:05, whichever you want to go by. Some use the new way, some use the old way, the international hockey way. Either way, 9-1. So now we're even strength again, five runners aside for Reagan. And Alberta's just keep marching down. Royer, who's got one here in this period. BC called for the foul, so it's Alberta's ball. Once again, Job back outside. Shot there off the target. Finley. Oh, there's a big one. Is going down hard was Lardon. Right in front of the official as Job's going to go make the trip to the sin bin. Another one where Alberta's got, this is the second time we've seen a team that's had offensive possession and then take a penalty and get sent back down to their side of the arena. As I said, that drives coaches crazy. So, and it's a 5-minute to boot, so this is big here for British Columbia. Get a couple of quick strikes here and could turn this around. That doesn't get through. Actually, they're saying that it did, so it's going to be a 30 new clock here. Illegal cross check, 5 minutes. That shot's fired. And one of the things that we didn't quite see as we went to break is the hostilities here between the two teams. So it could possibly get a little bit nasty as this championship game goes on, especially if a 9-1 game, when you have a blowout like this, tempers could flare. Redwood looking for help. Schmidt comes and Redwood goes down and was a little slow to get up, but is A-okay, and now she'll jog off for a change here. Coming up to 6 minutes gone. Royer. And that didn't hit the mark, so it will be Alberta ball. Actually, it's going to be a penalty. My apologies to that one. That's Wendell for British Columbia. So that will even it as 4 runners aside again. The penalties are aplenty in this one. Finley. Murphy gathers it off the boards. Murphy in the middle. It hits a body and goes towards the corner. 6 to shoot here for Alberta. Clock winding down. They get a shot, but it's not near the target, so it will be BC. And a fresh set of runners here. 4-on-4, as I said, for 1:20. And a save there by Pinch. Played off the boards and picked up there by Shinato. Shinato out. Lamplugh. And that's gathered up by Alberta. And back they come. Bailey. Dick. Dick going towards the corner. Dick now driving. No lane there. Back out. Assist to Omaka. It's got 2. Looking for 3s. Did some fine, fancy footwork to make sure she didn't go in the crease with that. There'll be 30 seconds left in the penalty, and then we'll have a power play. So as I said, we got 4-on-4 right now, and it'll be a 5-on-4 in 20 seconds here. And British Columbia will have abbreviated. They had a 5-minute power play, then took a penalty, so 4 seconds left in the penalty. As Winchell is about ready to come out of the box there for British Columbia, so they now have a person advantage, but they don't have the ball. So it's a 5-on-4 for 1:38. Ball goes in towards the corner. Hess. Winchell. Hands off to Gert. The orange shoes will go for a change. Journey. 11:40 left to go. Shinato with the quick pass. Charney. Gert fires it with the clock going down. And BC having difficulties hitting the target. 11:25 left. 1:01 left in the penalty. Here to Job. 5-minute illegal cross-check she's off for. But Lamplugh and British Columbia actually going back the other way, and the steal easily there by Dick. Looking for a little support. Alberta was in the midst of a change. Assist to Omaka. Happy just to bring it out. She'll get the return pass. Down low into the corners. We're nearing the halfway point of period number 3 of this championship game as McCowan makes the stop. But just joining us, Ainsley rushed and started the game. McCowan in relief. British Columbia was looking to try to get a spark. So just 7 seconds left as Job is standing up ready to join. Shot didn't get through, so the clock winding down. Piper goes up. And another 30-second violation, British Columbia. So now we're even strength. Haven't been able to say that for a while. 5 runners aside. Job. Over to Finley. Murphy. Down low opportunity there for Simons. Looking for her 3rd of the game. Jabber. As Royer, my apologies on that one. Finley. Job. 9:38 left to go. Alberta's trying to play like maybe the ball possession game. Just happy just to pass it around and try to get a shot. And then if they can't, just dump it in and start a change. 9:20 left. Gert and Murphy exchange shoulders near center. Cherney, give and go on the run and got a lot on the shot but missed it. Pinch. Saw this a lot, is trying to get the breakout there to Siriana. $8:53 left. Lawrence with the pass. She'll go for the change. Oh, that is a high pass. Very high there for Beck Perez. And she'll have to go back into her own zone for it. Shot from well out there by Charney, and Gert with a slash right in front of the official. And the sound went out the building there, so it's, you know, sometimes players, when they get penalized, they say, what did I do? That was pretty quite blatant, as Gert with the slash right into the shoulder of Team Alberta. Our officials will talk it over, see if it's just a 2, if they're going to put more up, like a 4 or a 5. Still waiting as they are talking it out. Looks to be just a 2.
BC penalty served by number 15, Avery Gert. 2 minutes slash.
Goes over the net there. McCown was going to try to reach out, and an Alberta player hit. Slow to get up, and the officials quickly, as I said, you get this juncture into the game, and Schmidt going to be going to the box. Going to be for a hold, so be a 5-on-3 here. British Columbia. And Schmitz is a 5 to boot.
Served by number 10, Jamie Lynn Schmidt. 5 minutes boarding.
So it's a boarding call. Alberta up by 9, looking there to make it double digits. And this is what I said, that things are going to get a little bit chippy. As quickly the officials jump in. 7:45 left. And Job will go back to the box, so that will make it, instead of a 5-on-3, a 4-on-3. Starting to get a little bit congested there in the penalty box area. You've got a lacrosse official on one side and one on the other. Photographer as well. And of course you got like the off floor crew in between, probably hearing a lot of great conversation between each other. Maybe, possibly, who knows. Anyway, 7:22 left to go, and both of these teams wishing this 7 minutes would go pretty quickly. Rafney got in but missed the target, so clock at 15 still. Rafney gathers it up. looking for some help. 6:50 left. Rafney cutting in. No lane. Fires a shot with the clock winding down. Alberta gathers it up. 2 chances. Didn't hit the target. Bates. Dick with the screen. Royer. So now it is 4 attackers aside here. 4 on 4 for all of 30 seconds, and then it would be a power play. BC called for a penalty. Here's a chance. Gert scores! Use the advantage. Gert got down there and put it past Pinch. 9-2 with 6:08 left.
BC goal scored by number 15, Avery Gert.
Under 6 to go.
44, BC back.
As I said, 4 attackers aside for each team here. Gert was back there looking for the pass and trying to get some fast break points here. Trailing by 7. And Larson cross-checks. So that will end up being Alberta ball again. Here they come. Murphy, who's got one? Murphy. Assist to Omaka. Up, bouncing ball. Assist to Omaka. Back to Murphy. Assist to Omaka. Royer. Murphy. Paige Murphy. And the save there by McCown with the clock winding down. 4:53 left. So it is a 5-on-4 now here for Alberta. Up by 7, looking for more. Murphy. Ooh, a little bit of a behind-the-back pass. Throwing some nice little hands there. Royer. Murphy. Royer. Murphy again. Murphy with a shot as the clock was at 4. And Alberta just swats it towards the corner and rechanges the 5. Furigin. Fawcett. Murphy. Finley. In behind the goal. Job. Hess trying to take out the shooting, passing lanes here for Alberta. McCowan makes the stop. This time with the shoulder, comes right back, and a new clock. Finley with a little bit of difficulty, but gathers it up and gets reorganized for Alberta. As they'll get it to Simons, who's got 2. Finley. 15 of the 30 have gone off the clock here to shoot for Alberta. The passing precise, and the stop there by McCowan as it's caught up in her paraphernalia. And quickly up. Taking a page out of Lynch's playbook. Payne. Along the goal line. 3 to go. Even strength. 5 runners aside. 3 to go. McCowan makes that stop. Quickly gathered up here by Rafney. Schmidt trying to blow by Bates. Schmidt. That shot doesn't get through as it's blocked there by Bartolome. Bartolome. Murphy with some real estate. Murphy puts on the brakes. fires it. Double team and still manages it. McCowan had a little bit of difficulty. Couldn't come up with it, so Alberta gathers it up. She was in the no-no zone, and it just bounced right back to Alberta. So they're not only leading by 7, but they're definitely getting the bounces. Jabber. Alberta just happy here for this clock to wind down. 2 to go. Shot with 3 on the clock from out distance, and McCowan makes that stop. Reminder that we will have the medal presentation as well as we will have a player of the game presentation, player of the game interview following this contest. "90 seconds left till that." And Gert with a big wild swing. $118 left. Nine to 2. Murphy, Finley, Murphy. McCowan stops that. And once again, the big outlet pass is stopped and denied. Under a minute to go. 1 minute left here at the championships here at Zatzman Sportsplex. BC came in today. They were in 4 gold medal games. The female U13 won. The female U15, the U15 co-ed lost to Ontario and British Columbia, just moments away from a silver medal. And for the opposite, for Alberta, a gold and a happy flight back to Alberta. 20 seconds left. Bouncing around. Takes an Alberta bounce, and Pinch is happy to come out. Will she hold on to it? No, she has, once again, tempers start to flare, and the referees has to blow things down here. And they're actually going to call a halt to this game, I think. They were waving something off. So we're just trying to have, discuss the things here. So Alberta can probably just have a little game of keep away, and that's what they're going to do. Alberta U22 female champions. They scored early and they never relinquished the lead and never looked back. Hugs and jubilations there for Team Alberta, and British Columbia disappointment and taps on the back there for McCowan to Larden. Not the way they wanted their season to end, but second best in the nation, nothing to sneeze about. So as I said, we're going to take you down for the banner presentation, and we'll be back in just a couple of moments to wrap. In the meantime, you get a chance to watch the banner presentation here at the 2025 Lacrosse Canada Minor Box Nationals here on Maritime Athletic Profiles, and we'll be back here with the ceremonies in just a couple of moments.
My stick will break
We got started.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I would like to congratulate the winning team, the championship, female U22 Team Alberta. For the MVP of Team Alberta, number 17, Mika. Congratulations as well for the silver medalist, Team British Columbia. MVP for Team British Columbia,
Number 44.
Macy Beck. Without further delay, we will continue with the medal presentation, starting with Team British Columbia. I would like to have the head coach forward. The first silver medalist, number 0, Ansley Rushton, also goalie for Team British Columbia. Number 1, second goalie for Team British Columbia, Maren McEwen. Number 2, Tiana Bikic. Number 4, Jade McKinnon. Number 5, Avery Winchell. Number 7, Landra Lamprod. Number 8, Marian S. Number 9, Daniel Pilago.
Yeah, Danny. Daniel.
Number 10, Jamie Lynn Smith.
I know, sorry.
Number 11, Ruby Charney. Number 12, Bailey Lawrence. Number 14, Zoe Bishop. Number 15, Avery Gert. Number 16, Corey Rodney. Number 17, Matea Senegal. Number 18, Elizabeth Sino. Number 19, Ellie Marsilius. Number 20, Jaden Pfeiffer. Number 44, Macy Beck Morrison. Number 67, Adele Larkin. Number 25, Madeline Thomas. Now I would like to call all the coaches, staff, and trainers up front.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The medals are actually pretty good.
Team Alberta. Number 0. Yes, we're selecting by head coach. Okay, let's start that again. Number 0, Ella Ward. Number 1, Eva Pitts. Goalie. Number 3, Syriana Running Rabbit. Number 4, Bridget Nielsen. Number 5, Kaylee Simmons. Number 7, Kelly Job. Number 8, Tessa Bates. Number 9, captain for Team Alberta, Lisa Jane. Number 10, Layla Jabber. Number 12, Kennedy Payne. Number 14, Carly Derby. Number 17, MVP for this game, Mika Gomez. Number 18, Anna Dick. Number 19, Sage Atsis Number 23, Paige Murphy. Number 29, and goalie for Team Alberta, Kaylee McKay. Number 32, Emily Bailey. Number 45, Elise Fawcett. Number 71, Libby Bartolini. Number 92, Emma Redwood. Number 2, Dave Finley. Number 11, Avery Villerizek. Number 20, Avery Silly. Now I would like like to have all the coaches, staff, and trainers up front, please.
Who acted double carry?
That's a hard one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This concludes the medal ceremony. Now I would like to introduce you to the representative of Lacrosse Canada, Mr. Tom Aquano, who will present Team Alberta with the winning banner with this championship. Mr. Aquano.
Thanks, Steph. First, I'd like to acknowledge the great effort and wonderful game through the series that BC has played. I'm from Nova Scotia. I was impressed with your games against our team. Nothing to be ashamed about. You were silver medalists. Congratulations, British Columbia. The other thing I'd like to acknowledge is that if you don't already know, most of you do, but this is a major lacrosse event. We pull it in with a minor lacrosse. That might change. I'm really happy to see the enthusiasm of all the teams, the female U22 teams this year. So it's really great to see the sport coming up the way it is, and a lot to do with the Canada Games, which are going on now in Newfoundland. The other thing I want to mention, it's just a note. I've always watched the males get their medals and then the females get their medal. And it's so much nicer seeing the girls cheering and supporting each member of their teams. It's just wonderful. So well done, well done. And finally, if I can get the team captains for Alberta up here, we're going to give you your banner. So this is the banner that represents the Harold Patterson Trophy for the U15 National Championship. Again, to Alberta, congratulations.
Big smiles right here, ladies. Thank you.
This concludes the award ceremony. I would invite all the parents to come down if you want to take a picture with your player. Just a reminder. Just to remind everybody, the closing ceremony will be this evening here at the Zatzman Sportsplex at 7 o'clock. Thank you very much.
You guys want this for your photo in print?
Pretty hard. far back. I'm shooting with a really long lens here, so I have to be a long ways back. Excuse me, guys. Can I get you? Everybody look right at this camera here. Yeah. Give me a number 1. Okay, now this is the hard one. Cheer like you're having fun. Thank you very much.
All three teams! 1, 2, 3! 3 teams! One, two, three.
And welcome back to Zatzman Sportsplex. We're just about ready to wrap things up of day of coverage here at the National Championships. And we have Lizzie Fidley. I'm no genius, but you guys were holding 3 fingers up, so this is a three-peat. How's it feel?
It feels amazing. It's the first time Alberta's ever got a three-peat, and it's the first time for females. We were the first team to get the gold medal for Alberta, so it feels really great.
Yeah, so basically put this in terms of where the accomplishments of high goals that you've got here at the championships or in the lacrosse overall.
We came here to get a job done. Everyone has their job. We build a team. We don't work on stars. We don't work on one person. We all do our job, and I think that's what we did today.
Well, you say team. I'm more like family because, of course, your father's one of the coaches on the team, but you see that basically this is almost like a family. So maybe describe to the viewers at home what it's like here for being on Alberta.
I think Alberta is a close-knit community. Most of our girls, it's either Red Deer, Calgary, or Edmonton, so that's only between 3 cities. We've all grown up playing together, playing against each other, battling against each other. Lacrosse is in our blood, and I think we show our family on the floor.
Yeah, you also basically were a team that you struck early in all 3 periods, so ending really any momentum that BC was hoping maybe to try to get back. Talk about how well you guys played offensively today.
Offensively, we put a lot of effort in. We have some of the top goal scorers in our whole league. And it really showed today. We were clicking. We were getting everyone touches on the floor. Our goal scorers were scoring their goals. Our big pickers were setting their big picks. So everyone did their job. It was great.
Well, let's find out all about you. Of course, you're U22. What are you doing there? What's your future? Or what do you like to do? Post-secondary? Things like that.
I've spent the last 2 years traveling the world. I intend to do a little bit more traveling. I'll see where the world takes me, but I'm done with my junior lacrosse career. I'd love to move into coaching and hopefully come back and be a part of Team Alberta one day again.
So going out on a championship note, can't ask for anything better.
No, you can't.
Oh, well, you be careful traveling all the way around the world. Enjoy the moment. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Lizzie Fidley, team captain for Team Alberta. Well, hey, folks, it's been a fantastic week of lacrosse here in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. So many people we want to thank. The people behind the cameras, as well as Dylan, our director. Fantastic job throughout the week. I'm just the puppet here that is allowed to talk about things, and it's been fantastic to be here on the final day of coverage. So for the entire crew and the entire team of Maritime Athletic Profiles, my name is Ted Hobson. Thank you for tuning in, and so long from Dartmouth.